In this lesson, we will study about logs. We will look at different rules of logs. We will also see log as a function. So all the concepts of log will be covered here. So first, let us see what is a logarithm, okay? Or we can say logs. So if you have, say, 10 to the power 2, 10 square is 100. We know that. Now this form is called as a exponent form, and you can write the equivalent log form also. Now just see what is a log form. You write log 100 to the base 10. See how I read this. Log 100 to the base 10 is equal to 2. That means when you take log of a number 100, the answer is the index. So it is just rewriting exponents in a different way. And that form is called as a log form. So I tell my students all the time that if you want to understand logs, just remember it is just saying the same thing in a different, let's say, language. In exponents, maybe you say hello. That's like a English. We're very much familiar with this. So the log is hola. That's Spanish. So saying the same thing in a slightly different way is what log is all about. Now I'll give you some more examples so that you get familiarity with this writing in a log form. Let's say I write 5 square. We know it is 25. Same thing can be written in the log form as log 25 base 5 is equal to 2. So log will always give you answer as the index of the base what is raised to. Let me give you one more example. If I write 2 cube, that is 8. And in the log form, that will be log 8 to the base 2 is equal to 3. Let's practice some more. If I want to write 2 to the power 4, that is 16. And this will be in the log form, log 16 base 2 is equal to 4. So log answer is always going to be the index. Let's see our next example. If I have log 1 to the base 10, and if I want to know what is this value, let's call it x right now. We can write it in an exponent form as 10 to the power what? What is the index? That will give me 1. We know that if I raise any number to 0, the answer is 1. So the x over here is 0. So we found the value of x as 0. Now another example, if I say log 1 to the base 5, this time the base is 5, and I want to know what is the x value. Once again, write in the exponent form, you will see 5 to the power x is equal to 1. And here also, x has to be 0. Now, what do we learn from here? The very important point to be noted here is when you take log of 1, it doesn't matter what is the base, the answer will always be 0. So log 1 is 0. I want you to remember that. And let's go to the next example now. Let's say I write log of 0 to the base 10. And the let's say answer is x. How do we find the x value? Right? 10 to the power x is equal to 0. We are essentially asking a question that what do I raise 10 to so that I get 0? Okay. And I'm sure you all know that no matter what number you raise 10 to, you will never get 0. So this x does not exist. X is equal to DNE for does not exist. Now, what if I write log of minus 5 to the base 10? And what is the x value here? So we are essentially asking 10 to the power what will give me negative 5. Now understand that no matter what, I will not get any power that I can raise 10 to get negative number. That will never be negative. So this also does not exist. So from these two examples, what do we learn? We understand that log of 0, doesn't matter what the base is, will not exist. And log of a negative number for any base will not exist. So these two are very important point that I want you to note, that log of 0 is undefined and log of negative number is also undefined. I want to show you some of the default notations in the log, that when you have log x to the base 10, you can simply write this as log x. You need not write 10 here because 10 is a default base. So when you write log x, it's understood that the base is 10. That is first. And second is when you have log x to the base e. Now e is a constant. It has a value 2.72. That's approximate value of e. It's a constant like pi, and this is written as ln x, or you can read it as ln of x. So these are two standard notations that I want you to remember, Now, next is, let's look at some properties of log now. These are the properties, very important while solving questions based on logs. Let me write them down one by one. First, and the most important is, when you have log A plus log B, this is equal to log of A times B. Okay, you can simply multiply A and B here, and that is how it works. We are not proving the property, but we will use this a lot, so keep that in mind. Now, about properties, I see students making mistake all the time. They invent their own properties, so please don't do that. And I want to highlight here that log of A plus B cannot be expanded. There is no property for this. Keep in mind, I don't know why, but students make a lot of mistakes. They invent their own properties. Don't do that. Log of A plus B is just nothing. Also, if you have log A times log B, now this also is not a property. This cannot be simplified. Just keep that in mind. I wanted to highlight these things here. Now, moving on, let's look at the second property. And it's very similar to the first one. I'm sure you can guess also. If I have log A minus log B, it will be log of A divided by B. Okay. Again, for log A minus B, there is no such property. You cannot simplify this. The next property of log is number 3. Very important, very useful. Log A to the power B. When you have A is raised to B, you can write this as B log A. So keep in mind that this index can be, written here, and that's very useful. We use it a lot. Now, what can not work is if you have log A, the whole thing to the power B, now there is no property for this. Okay, keep this in mind. Don't make this mistake. The property is for log A to the power B, not the whole thing to the power B. Okay, so the fourth property is log A to the base B. Now, this is very different than this one. 4 and 3 are very different. This time, B is the base of log A. In this case, this can be written as log A divided by log B. Now, this property is also called as change of base. I'll tell you why. That when you split log A to the base B as log A divided by log B, you can choose whatever base you want. Okay, you can write down 5 if you want. But then the only condition is it should be the same base for numerator as well as denominator. You can write 51 if you want. So any base is fine. So this is called as change of base property. Again, extremely, extremely important. Now, the fifth property I want to quickly mention here is if you have log A to the base B, now this can be written as 1 divided by, this whole thing goes in denominator. This is log B to the base A. You see A and B switch places here. Now A becomes the base and B comes here. So next we look at log as a function. So this is log function. Let me write this f of x as log x to the base, let's say 10. This is the rule form or the expression for logarithmic function. We can always make a table out of this. So let us draw the table of coordinates. This is the x and y coordinate. We know that f of x can also be said as y. So let's put the various values of x and see what we get for y. If I plug in x value as 10, so let's say x is 10. So log 10 to the base 10 is 1. Then if I put x is equal to 1, then log 1, do you remember, is always 0. Then next is if I put x is equal to 0, well, we know log of 0 is undefined, so it does not exist. And again, if I put negative number, the log does not exist. So what I've got here is the table form of this function. Now from this table form, we can easily draw the graph of log. So if I draw x versus y, let's plot all the points one by one. The first point is 10, 1. So x is 10, let's say, and y is 1. So that's this point here, the first one. The second is 1, 0. So your x value is 1 and y is 0, this point here. And when x is 0, it is undefined. So what I mean by that is it's an asymptote here. Okay, so this is how the graph will look like. Let's name this. This is called as a graph form of a function. Okay, so having said all of that, now let's look at log functions, different properties or different parameters. The first parameter that I want to talk about is the domain, meaning all possible x values, what x can be. Do you see x values can be anything more than 0? So x is greater than 0. It cannot be equal to 0. It's greater than 0. Now, let's talk about range. Range are all the y values. You see, y can be negative infinity, y can be positive infinity. So y can be all real numbers here. Now, talking about asymptotes, do you see that this approaches infinity here, right? For x is equal to 0. So this line acts as an asymptote. So we have a vertical asymptote, which is x is equal to 0. Now, let me also write down that for a horizontal asymptote, there is no horizontal asymptote, so it is not applicable, NA. Now, having said all of that, next we're going to quickly look at how do you find inverse of a log function. So you have f of x is equal to log of x to the base 10. Now, that's our original function here. So you know f of x is y. I'm rewriting this as y is equal to log x to the base 10. Now to find inverse, we exchange x and y. So when we do that, y will become x. Let's do that. Y will become x and x will become y. So it is log y to the base 10, let's say. And next we will make y a subject. So we know that y is equal to 10 is the base and log the x is the index. So y is equal to 10x. And this y is nothing but the inverse function of f inverse of x, which is 10 to the power x. So we found the inverse function of log as well. So this is just a analysis of log in terms of functions. And before we end this lesson, I quickly want to mention about the base of a log function. So let's say if I have f of x is equal to log x to the base a. Now let's talk about what a can and cannot be. Now, do you remember the property that log a to the base b can be written as log a divided by log b? Now, with that logic, this will be if I have log x to the base a, this can be written as log x divided by log a, right? So essentially, this can be log a in denominator. And we know that log you cannot find a log of a negative number or 0. So a has to be greater than 0. Okay, that's the condition for the base of a log. And there is one more point very important, that a cannot be 1 as well, because if a becomes 1, then this becomes log 1, and you know log 1 is 0. So this will become 0, and the whole thing, when the 0 is in denominator, the answer is undefined. Okay, so a cannot be 1 as well. So and a is not equal to 1. These are the things that you should know about logarithms. And in the next lesson, we will look at some of the important key questions of logs and practice some more problems, so that all these properties and all the concepts or parameters of log function, all these things will become more clear when you solve some questions. Okay, so that's log for you. I'll see you in the next one.